We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
It's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 29, Rodgers.
There's Chris Olave.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards, and the Cardinals first down.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And some space here. Touchdown! Tim Patrick with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Nick Folk for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Rams nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run once more with Taylor. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And the Rams at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second and 5 now. Fields. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. On the move past the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Slot man moves right. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Off play action. Fields. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Leonard Williams. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
To throw is Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. A tight one, 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here's Koo to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taking it about the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. There he goes right side. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On second down, Jacobs. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Hey, 626.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tyron Johnson from 13 yards out. And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, LA! Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Kxng to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there at holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Fields now to throw.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Kxng knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. A fairly short kick from the 14.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that
The ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by one score, a turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense, and they were able to do it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. We'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Rodgers going to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. Touchdown! Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On the counter, it's Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he's got his target. It's Austin for the Rams touchdown.
Calvin Austin,
38 yards.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Following the touchdown, here's Kxng to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. To throw, it's Rodgers.
The pass caught by Olave.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Chris Olave.
65 yards.
And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game at 27.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
Taken from about the 12.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll look downfield for Waller.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for L.A. 72 yards.
Complete to Darren Waller. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Calvin Austin
with now his second touchdown of this third quarter, as his guys have now moved out in front.
So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward.
And he's going to go down. can't get rid of it, so a sack on a two-point try.
Following the touchdown, here's Kxng to kick off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Cards are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers.
This one taken in by Olave.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Gotta have this one. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Again, it's Johnson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he works free. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 15.
104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Rams have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. All eyes on Fields. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they work this out past the 25. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little